Now let's turn to Australia, where experts say that one of the country's most iconic animals, the koala, is living on the brink. Climate change, destruction of habitats and Australia's recent bushfires have left the koala struggling to survive. The government has announced funding for a national audit of koalas, but how exactly do you count these solitary creatures in such a vast landscape? Well, I put this question to Dr Romane Cristescu, a koala ecologist from the University of the Sunshine Coast in Australia.
So with great difficulty, sadly, we are, as ecologists, faced with the difficult, looking for a needle in a haystack. We have that little grey ball of fur in the tree, very quiet most of the time, doesn't move, it's not like a monkey jumping from branch to branch. And to be honest, when we just look with our own eyes, we miss most of them, about 80%.
And we saw the awful images of the koalas with the little burnt paws after the bushfires. How endangered are they?
So they are endangered in the way that, they're losing their habitats. Climate change is a real big game changer for them. They are not coping with heat wave, even less obviously with fire. So they are declining across most of their range. The sad reality is that many more other species are declining even more than the koala. So it's kind of a trend that we see across all animals at the moment.
So when it comes to, are you across, do you know how many koalas there are or how many you think there are? Can you put a figure on it?
No, and that's the problem. A lot of people were asking us after the fire that, burned such an extensive amount of koala habitat. They were like, how many did we lose? How many are there still? And those are the hardest question to answer. And because we don't know how many there were before the fire, we know we've lost maybe 5%, 10% of the population, but we don't know what the population was.
So I guess when it comes to taking this on, you need funding, you need help. What does a koala hunter or a koala counter rather need?
So we're throwing everything at it because it's such a difficult, survey. So we are helped by our dogs. So we train detection dogs. They sniff koala poo or scats. And the reason we do that is that everywhere koala live, they poo. And us ecologists, we love poo because it's, stay in the environment for a while, and koala poo a lot, about 100 little pellets every day. So that's much easier for us to find. And with the detection dog, because they've got such great nose, they, zoom in and across the bush, and then they find the poo, they drop, they tell us, here it is, and then we play with them and we record that data. So that's great for koala habitat mapping. And then we take it to the air, and we have heat-seeking drones that actually look for the animal itself. So, the beauty of it is because it's in the air, we don't have to walk the whole area, difficult terrain, and we just cover, many square kilometers and just look at them like a hot little bubble, if you want, in a tree.
A hot little bubble. Our thanks to Dr Cristescu on explaining how you count koalas.